Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daniel L. Jatta. Here I am sitting in front of the pottery objects that my mother made when she was alive. And right here, the first one I am showing you is a mud pot. This is just like a cooking pot. My mother makes big ones. These are just small sample ones to show. But the big ones is what she uses. She places it on the ground, put firewood under, and then water, amount of water you need to cook your food, that is rice or meat or fish. And then you set the fire and start cooking. This is a cooking pot. And these legs are the ones that the pot stands on to be able to put the firewood under to cook. This one is the Jola, what I would call the Jola refrigerator. This one, it has a handle which got broken when I was traveling with it all over the world to show the African pottery. It has a handle, but this small hole here is where you pour to get the water out. This one here is where you put the water in. And it's so covered. So when you fill this with water, the big one, this is the small one to show. When you fill this with water, you carry it to the farm where you are working for the whole day, from 7 to 7 or from 8 to 8. Now when you reach where you are working, normally she puts it under a tree full of water, and they put it under a tree. Under that tree, this container will be there for hours without getting hot. The water will never get hot. And the good thing about this is not only preventing the water from getting hot, but also from getting dust. Because when she puts it out, she will close the two mouths, and whenever you want to get water, you just take out whatever was used to close the holes, and you pour, and then put stand it back and put whatever was put to stop dust going through the mouths. So you will never get dirty water in this kind of container, because nowhere can dust penetrate this thing. But at the moment when we came to do research in the same village, when my father died and my mother died, and no more potter in the village, people are now using plastic bowls, plastic cans, plastic buckets to carry their water to their farms. And the problem with that is, one, plastics, all what we know about them, they melt sometimes, and they can also have some particles in them that might contaminate the water. Secondly, the water can get hot anytime. And thirdly, the water can get dust anytime you open that plastic bowl or plastic bucket to get water, and then you close it back. In between, water can be contaminated by dust. So this is what the accounting center want to bring back to the society, and try to help them to get their water clean and coal for the hours they spend in their farms. This is a cooking pot. This my mother was using to cook fish when we have fish in the house. What is interesting in this, when I did my research, was I could not understand when I was a child that my mother, when she cooks fish or anything on this pot, it can take days before they get rotten. They can take about 4 days, 5 days without being put in a fridge or anything, and they won't get rotten. But on the contrary, many of the villagers who use cooking pots that are metal, when they cook and leave this fish there, the following day the fish get rotten. So I don't know whether my research was wrong, but what I observe is when they cook with cooking pots, pottery pots, the meat or the fish does not get rotten quickly. But when you use metals, that is when they get very rotten very quickly. So we are going to also encourage many people to start cooking with their clay pots again in the villages, because they don't have refrigerators. So to preserve their cooking products, we can encourage them to use more clay pots than metal pots. This is also another jar, a clay jar, which is also used to contain water. It's quite different from this one. It has one hole. This one has 2 holes. And it has a handle where you can hold. This one is just like a teacup. So again, in areas where it is very windy and dusty, Jolas use this when they are drinking their palm wine or when they are drinking their juice. So no matter how much wind is blowing, you have little hole here that you can always protect your drink while you are in the wilds or in the bush walking. You can hold it and no dust will touch the water or the drink you have in it. It's a jar, it's a little jar, but the beauty of it is you can reduce the amount of dust that can come into your your liquid that you are trying to drink, because in Africa in some periods we have a lot of windy dusty winds from the desert. So to have this is again a very good solution to avoid your water to be dusty or to be polluted by dust. So in short, ladies and gentlemen, these are the products we are coming to produce at the center to help the local communities reduce the risk of having contaminated water in their daily living. Thank you very much.